So, you've probably been hearing a lot about this new AI on the block, Claude. If you're wondering what all the buzz is about, what makes it different, and hey, how you can actually use it, you've come to the right place. Let's get into it.
You know the feeling, right? You ask an AI to help you write something, and it spits back this generic, corporate sounding text. It's always full of those cringy cliches like, in today's ever changing landscape, or let's delve into the rich tapestry of. Ugh. It's just a dead giveaway that a machine wrote it, and honestly, it's not all that useful.
Well, there's a new player in town, and it's called Claude AI. It's built by a company called Anthropic, which was actually founded by former top researchers from OpenAI. And they set out with a totally different goal: to create an AI that wasn't just smart, but was also helpful, honest, and felt more like a real collaborator.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll break down what Claude AI actually is. Then we'll get into its secret sauce, something called constitutional AI. After that, we'll look at its two biggest superpowers, writing and coding. And finally, we'll figure out where it fits into your day-to-day life.
Okay, first things first, what even is Claude AI when you get right down to it? So, Claude isn't just one single AI. It's actually a whole family of AI models that first came on the scene in 2023. And fun fact, it's named after Claude Shannon, who's basically the father of information theory. But the key thing to remember is its whole mission: to be helpful, honest, and harmless. And that's not just some marketing tagline. It's a principle that's baked right into its DNA.
Now let's talk about what truly sets Claude apart from the pack. This is its unique training method. This is its secret sauce.
It's a concept called constitutional AI. And don't worry, it sounds way more complicated than it is. Think of it like this. Instead of just teaching an AI on a massive pile of internet text and hoping it turns out okay, Anthropic gave it a rulebook first, a constitution, full of ethical principles to guide its behavior from the very beginning. So how does that actually play out? Well, it's a two-step process. First, the AI drafts a response based on its principles. Then, and this is the wild part, the AI literally critiques its own response. It looks at what it wrote and thinks, could this be more helpful? Is this fully harmless? Then it revises its own work to better match its constitution. It polices itself before you ever see the answer. So, who cares? Why does this matter to you? Well, it means the output is way more reliable, which is huge for professional work. It creates text that sounds more natural, more human. It's also statistically less likely to hallucinate, when an AI just makes stuff up. And it avoids all those robotic AI phrases we were just talking about. Okay, let's look at Claude's first superpower, its incredible skill with language. This is where that constitutional AI training really shines. Because it's trained to be helpful and honest from the start, its writing is just clearer and more direct. It's genuinely trying to communicate, not just pad out a word count. And I mean, you can just see the difference right here. On the left, you've got that clunky, generic AI speak. On the right, you've got clear, direct, and sounds like something a real person would actually say. This is why a lot of writers and researchers are flocking to it. The output just needs way less editing to feel authentic. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is what actual users are saying. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, right? It feels less like you're querying a database and more like you're having a real conversation. But Claude's writing prowess isn't just about style. It's also about sheer scale. Look at this number, 1 million. That's the maximum number of tokens. Think of them as little pieces of words that Claude can hold in its memory at a single time. To put that into perspective, that is like reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy from start to finish and remembering every single detail all at once. For research, this is an absolute game changer. You can upload a 1,000-page legal document, an entire code base, or a book, and just start asking questions. Now, for what many consider to be Claude's real killer feature, and the area where it's not just competing, but leading, its world-class coding ability. And look, we've got the hard data to prove it. This chart shows a really difficult test called the Software Engineering Benchmark, which makes AIs solve real-world coding problems from GitHub. And as you can see, Claude comes out on top with an incredible score. And this power is delivered through a tool called Claude Code. Now listen, this is not just another chatbot where you paste in some code. It's what we call an agentic tool, which is a fancy way of saying it can actually do things on your computer. It can read your files, write new code, run commands, and basically manage whole projects for you. So what are developers actually doing with this thing? Well, they're using it to make sense of huge, messy code bases,
write cleaner code from the start, and even hunt down complex bugs on its own. It's less like a smart autocomplete and more like having a really sharp junior developer on your team.
Okay, so the big question. Where does Claude fit in? How can you actually start using it? Because it's not about throwing out all your other tools. It's about picking the right tool for the job. And that brings us to the big showdown, Claude versus ChatGPT. The best way to think about it is this. Claude is like a specialist wordsmith. If you need top-tier writing, deep research, or serious coding, Claude is your go-to. ChatGPT is more like a creative generalist. If you need an all-in-one tool that can also make images, build custom chatbots, and just be a jack of all trades, it's fantastic. Even within the Claude family, you've got options. Haiku is the sprinter, super fast and cheap, great for simple, high-volume stuff. Sonnet is the workhorse. It's got the perfect balance of brains and speed for most people's daily tasks. And Opus is the brain. It's the most powerful model for really complex analysis. For most of us, Sonnet is the perfect place to start. And the best part is, you can go try it for yourself right now. Anthropic has a really generous free version at Claude AI and on their mobile apps. It gives you more than enough access to really see what it can do. So I'll leave you with a final thought on where all of this is going. With some of its new experimental features, Claude is starting to not just talk, but to do. It can see what's on your screen and actually use your mouse and keyboard. So imagine an AI that doesn't just tell you how to do something, but actually opens the app and does it for you. That's the future we're heading towards, and it's pretty mind-blowing. We hope this explainer gave you a better handle on what Claude AI is all about. If you want more deep dives into the tech that's changing our world, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.